All right, guys, welcome to the Digital Brain Podcast, where we talk about creator economy news and just overall what's going on in the tech world. I want to welcome you, Zarria Long. She has helped me with content in the past. So, yeah, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Zarria. I don't have much just here. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so today we're going to talk about the Meta Orion. I don't know if you saw that. I know you say you just heard about it, but I think the
Yeah,
technology in it is pretty crazy.
I have to do more research on when I get done with this.
Yeah, no problem. But just overall, just when you heard about it, what did you think about it? Like, did it excite you? Did you think that was like kind of crazy?
I really didn't get a chance to read up much about it because I got off work around 6 in the morning and I was kind of a little bit asleep.
Oh, okay.
I just seen that it was a certain type of augmented glass.
Yeah,
Alright, let me try to see if I can look something up right now.
I can share some on the screen as well if you want to just
Yeah,
check it.
that'd be
Let's do Meta Orion. Like I said, on this podcast, you don't have to like know the extensive research. It's just even if you're excited about tech like that or not, you could just give your opinion from first impressions, first glance.
so
But
they're alternative reality.
mm-hmm.
Oh, different reality.
So here and then turn it up, and then I'm gonna share the screen in a sec. I just think it's exciting tech. Okay, let me know if you can see it here. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
Um, is it kind of like VR?
It is. It's kind of like VR, but it doesn't necessarily use a screen. It uses regular lenses, but they put these holographic images in the lenses of the glasses, and that's how you
I'm
see.
looking at.
Yeah,
So the difference between AR and VR is that AR uses the real world setting, while VR is completely virtual.
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Let me go ahead and play this clip so you can just check it out.
Meta basically just showed the world what the Apple Vision Pro was trying to do, except they've managed to fit it into a pair of glasses. They're calling it the Meta Orion, which is their first ever pair of true AR glasses, and these things look insane. They work by projecting holograms onto the world in front of you through fully transparent lenses, and feature eye tracking, pinch controls, and a wide field of view. Meta is treating this prototype as a glimpse to the future of where AR glasses are headed, and while they won't be available to the public just yet, they do say that a consumer version of the technology is coming eventually. I'd be willing to bet that Apple is also working on some version of this tech for their Apple Vision lineup, but Meta is innovating quickly here, and they just might be the ones to get there first. Only time will tell. Hey there.
That's interesting because I know they came up with the Apple Vision Pro with Apple, and Apple is kind of far behind, I guess, on the development of AR glasses compared to like Meta and some of these other, platforms or companies. Uh, so the technology is actually wild, but I know you haven't done much research, but the technology in AR glasses are actually insane. The fact that they created like these nanostructures within the lenses that reflect light into your eyes is insane because they can't put a screen in lenses. So they were like, okay, we got to figure out a different way. Humans never amaze me. The fact that they were able to figure that out is, we're talking about directing light into your eyes so you can see a field of view of images. That's without a screen. That's insane. That's like,
Something I never could do.
it's like magic. It's like freaking magic. But yeah, it's insane. It's insane. What do you think people would ever get to that point of like using glasses to instead of their phone? Like, I don't know. I could see it as like a thing where like I'm driving and I don't want to use my phone because that's a distraction, and I can see like a few messages or something. But I don't see myself replacing my smartphone.
I think that's something that would take probably more search honestly, you didn't really learn that. It could probably be by 2100 once a lot of things I feel like that they will become obsolete. So it could be one of those things where it becomes the more that they're able to like mass produce it and give it access to the public.
Right, right. I can see that. I can see that. Um, so yeah, the Meta Orion glasses. There you are. What do you guys think? Tell me down in the comments below. But now on to the next segment, the creator economy. How do you feel about it? By the way, can you, is your mic up? Because I can't hear you as loud.
I'm okay, so I don't currently have any headphones, and I think that may be the reason why.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Um, yeah. With the creator economy, right? What do you think about the creator economy overall? Like influencers, where do you think it's going? Like, I don't know how in touch you are with it. I grew up with the creator economy as early as about 2007. That's when YouTube emerged. Before all the other platforms came about, YouTube was the first platform to start paying people. The partner program came out around 2007. When would you say you started like paying attention to influencers, the creator economy, and things like that?
I think it was Vine.
It was Vine. Okay,
Yeah.
Vine was more like 2012ish, right?
Vine was probably when I was in middle school, and that was in 2012 to like 2000, probably like 15, before I think Twitter, and now it isn't. But I think Vine was when viral videos, I don't know, they were being like curated more. Before, if you just went viral, you went viral. But with Vine, you're able to go viral every day.
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of like what TikTok is now. Like Vine had to walk before TikTok could run. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also depends on the type of content that you create. Because some people do better on one platform than they do on like another platform. Because there's certain demographics that are on certain things more. So I think it just kind of depends on your strategy.
That's true. That's true. I like that. Most people don't think about it that way. Some people may be doing long form content, but don't know they actually fit for short form.
If
I,
you look YouTube, I would it's better for long term content. If you're going for something shorter, Instagram is probably the best one because you can even have long videos on TikTok. So it depends.
yeah. And then you got Snapchat who just entered their arena and they're killing it. I mean, I'm seeing people blow up and go viral there every day. But people think of Snapchat as this private messenger or to get their corn from. But uh, Snapchat, I mean, I would say people should take Snapchat seriously. Of course, YouTube is the most viable platform out of all of them because TikTok isn't sustainable for income, I think. Also, Snapchat is a little bit more sustainable than even TikTok or Instagram. I think with TikTok and Instagram, you have to sell products more or find a way to monetize it outside of ad
Yeah, you
revenue.
notice a lot of people are. Yeah, I didn't know there was TikTok.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of the TikToks that come across my feed are promoting products and stuff.
yeah. It's really hard to
It's
monetize short videos.
good, but I don't think it's as good.
Yeah, yeah. It's now this is one part of the creator economy, right? We're talking about content, social media, which is
Yeah,
that a lot of people don't know about the other side because a lot of people look at the numbers, they look at people with followers and subscribers and think that is the only way to be successful in the creator space. But I was today years old when I stumbled on this app called Notion. And it was just because I used to code a lot. Just I'm still building stuff today, but uh, there was this app that got popular with software engineers called Notion, and I started playing around with it, using it. I remember watching Mayuko. She's a YouTuber. Shout out to Mayuko. And she would just build stuff and build sprints for whatever she was building in Notion. And I remember I was like, this is very powerful. You can build anything in this thing. You can build call outs. You can build systems that you can tailor to your own automations. You can quite literally do anything in Notion. And then it went mainstream. It came out in 2018, but it didn't really get traction until like the pandemic. That's when I started seeing a lot of people using it. And then Notion did a thing where you can share the templates, and it just exploded from there. So there's people who just make templates in Notion. Same thing with Canva. Canva's another big one. People just make templates in Canva, and they do not post those. Some people don't even upload videos. There's a saying in the digital product space, don't even upload, because sometimes you just quite literally don't have to. And just post products in those communities like Notion, Canva, Gumroad, you name it. That's a whole industry on its own, but that's still part of the creator industry, creator economy. Now, some of these people, they do jump from Notion, Canva to creating, content on social media, but that will just elevate their brand because they already got 100,000 emails from that niche newsletter they built in Notion. And that's where I say things are starting to get a little bit more bigger than anyone could have realized. Because a lot of people may think, oh, if I'm going to make money online, I've got to be an influencer. But that's not the case. And that's not even counting people who drop ship. There's people who still sell on Shopify or sell some niche product on their own website. So what I like about Creator Economy 2.0, you have people that are building on their own land. They're not necessarily building on these platforms where anything can happen to you. The algorithm can change on YouTube and your income is gone. It's not the same as, if you post something on Gumroad, that product is yours. Even if Gumroad shuts down or for some reason the website provider you have shuts down, you can always go to another website provider and use that product and sell that product. And that's where you have ownership as a digital creator, versus if you're creating videos on a platform, you never know what's going to happen. So I've seen a lot of creators, if they do post on social media, they optimize that video to be tied to their product. So when they post a product without YouTube or TikTok or whatever, they can still use that video on their website for their product page. And that's where you maintain some level of control, because they are taking the control away from you. Nothing's ever free. It's free to upload, but it's not truly free. You are the product on YouTube. So it's a scary thing, and I learned the hard way. I started collecting emails 2 years ago. I started posting my own products, building an audience outside of the platform. So if numbers go down, they can eventually go back up again because I have that ownership over there. And that's why I want to talk about Creator Economy 2.0. Game studios. A lot of game studios, you don't need a bachelor's degree anymore. They're just handing out developer licenses because at this point they understand everyone has a powerful PC. For the most part, if you got a gaming PC or a Mac, you can make a video game from your laptop, a full game, and then you can upload it to Fortnite or Roblox. And then these creators are making money again outside of the other space I just told you about and YouTube. And these creators haven't even started really making videos yet. Imagine when they jump into the YouTube space. Because right now they're kind of gatekeeping, because it's new. The gaming industry is going through this big change. So much is happening. And I just want to hear your opinion on, I know that was a lot, but I just want to hear your opinion on these changing trends in the space where it's not just an influencer. It's like you're actually building stuff.
I think it's good to kind of have your own platform eventually, and not just use YouTube as a third party software or hands to you need to use that to build stuff, but you also have to separate from that and kind of like you said,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, I understand. Yeah. I mean, because as soon as, like, a lot of people don't know, Vine went down. Who's to say YouTube can't? Who's to say TikTok can't? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like YouTube won't be here forever.
Yeah.
Instagram won't be here forever. Snapchat won't be here forever.
Yeah. Yeah. How long do you think YouTube has in this new landscape? How long do you think? Yeah. Do you think it can last another 20?
I think it can last a minute, yeah. Out of everything, I think Facebook would probably be the first one to go.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, but Facebook, it's having a hard time trying to get the young people back. I think they just got so many older people. I mean, it's great right now if you want to make revenue. There's ad revenue there, like YouTube. I actually got my first footing on Facebook, so I'm not gonna say too much. I will say though, it is a dying platform. That's why I expanded everywhere else. I think Facebook, it's on its way out. It's trying though. It's trying its hardest, but yeah, I think Snapchat could go if. Snapchat's doing a good job. The problem is they kind of jumped into the creator space too late. We'll see if creators want to jump over there, but Snapchat pays better than YouTube right now, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with Snapchat.
I don't know, it depends because I don't think the attention span for Snapchat is all the way there if you're trying to make long form content.
Yeah. That's the only thing. But they are doing okay. Like, I think their platform's snappy. Uploading's a breeze. There is viewership there, but again, like you said, it's just the attention span. I don't know. Viewers might see it as a gimmick, for a platform like that. Instagram, yeah, they can adapt pretty easily. Yeah.
I don't know, Instagram, I feel like they're a new algorithm, and with them not having everything chronological order as it used to be, I think a lot of people turned away from it. I think Twitter, well, it's X now, but Facebook and Twitter, they're definitely not Twitter.
X is dying. Yeah, I think Facebook and X are yeah, they're done. They're done.
When I go on X, all I see are tweets that aren't even relevant to anything that I follow, and the same is with Snapchat.
Oh.
My account was just art, but I'm seeing MMA and
Yeah.
like Dana White. I don't know who Dana White is, try to take over my timeline.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Well, the problem with X is that Elon just, he's a dictator type, so he wants to try to control everything, but it's actually made the algorithm worse. So I feel like he went in and tried to make changes based on what he once said, and it just threw the whole system off.
The algorithm was
Yeah, and I used to be a fan of Elon because of what he accomplished, and then once the lies started coming out, it showed how much of a fraud he was. I was like, dang, this dude is kind of tragic.
I barely like it. Yeah. It's like a bunch of random stuff that I don't really.
Right.
And then I'm getting ads on it too that I don't really know necessarily. It's but I don't think the ads that are curated are relevant to anything that I put out was interesting.
Okay. Now, what about the robo-taxi? Now, did you see that? I don't know if you checked that out, but...
It reminds me of the movie iRobot.
Okay. Why? Yeah, I can see that. I think that we are not going to see driving cars in our lifetime, like self-driving cars.
It's too much. It's not practical.
Yeah. They would have been better off building trains, but I just think he wants to live a Blade Runner fantasy, which is, I guess, fine if you got the money. But
the issue with a self-driving car is that it's an artificial intelligence influences and everything, but you can't rely on it to do something like that.
Right.
It's just not going to be able to sense everything that you think. If you had somebody can match you somebody at 100 miles per hour, I think a real person driving could do a better job at avoiding that than a computer that anything can malfunction.
Yeah.
It's not 100%. Like you have, no matter how you code it or program it, there's so many things that come along with that that aren't really like safe.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know, you just can't program distance and logic in a computer, you know? It's almost impossible. It probably is impossible.
I don't even think, maybe one day, but I don't think that.
They're cooking down here. Hold on. Can you hear me? You said the Cybertruck? Yeah, the Cybertruck had a lot of issues, a lot of recalls. I thought it was a really bad, just vehicle in general. But, you know, the thing that I want to add into this conversation, do you think algorithms are killing art? Somewhat. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's true. It's one of those things, you know, that because before YouTube and the social media stuff came out, I was heavy into film, and as I started uploading more, I found myself actually losing more skill level as I was so focused on uploading content that was good for the system. And that made me depressed for a while. That's why when I post something on social media, it's something I actually want to post now. Like, I'm not going to post it. It's not what I want to post. But hold on. There's so many creators stuck in that trap. Let me see if my charger's down here. Yeah. So many creators are stuck in a trap of making what pleases that system, and I'm just not interested in that anymore. There is some stuff I'll still do here and there to, like, you know, kind of boost the algo and please it, but if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it on my terms. I'm not gonna just go full on, you know, because that will just, you'll quit, you'll burn out. So 100%. But a lot of people don't understand that. Sometimes you got to sit back and work on something for 6 months to a year. You don't always have to have something out tomorrow, you know? If it takes you 2 years, sometimes it'll take you 2. Maybe it takes you 3. Some of the best works of art took years before it came out, you know? I think the algorithms are... Imagine all the people who are influencers that would be much better off just doing something else. And they just don't know it. They just have no idea. But they're scared because they're looking at, you know, the scroll. Everyone gets stuck in that scroll. And they see people doing this. They're like, oh, I should do that because they're making money right now. And it's like it's a psychological thing. It's so messed up. But I got to the point to where, like I said, you got to find your way in it. Like digital products is great too because, again, you don't have to do what the algorithm says. You can just make something you want to make and put it out. And if people respond to it, they respond to it. Versions of video, once that first video does well, now you're on a treadmill. Now you got to do it every day because these algorithms want quantity over quality. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. But yeah, there's one last topic I want to get into, and this one is kind of related to the topics, but everything we just talked about, algorithms, the creator economy, robo taxis, false hopes that people have. Let's talk briefly about relationships and the role social media has probably had on it. Because I think people these days have a different perception of reality. And it's actually not that deep. It's never as deep as people think it is. I think it's anxiety, anxiousness. Like people are scared to talk about anything. People are scared to show up to anything. People are just in general. People just that was cute. The cat. People have just given up on living for real. Like I can go outside and go on a run and go to a coffee shop and people say that's weird. I'm like, how's that weird, nigga? You're supposed to be outside. What are you talking about? The sun is good for you, but I think it's funny. That's true. Like this didn't exist. Even this thing we're doing right now, at some point for me, did not exist at all. I grew up, like I said, I was almost 15 before smartphones even became a thing and laptops even were like, because growing up, we couldn't even afford a computer. Like I had to get my first little job and side hustle. I remember I was selling Mexican suckers at the store. And then I went to a pawn shop because I finally saved over a course of months of selling these little Mexican suckers in high school. And I finally bought my first laptop. You know, it's just a different world now. It's like, it's different. It's way different. Yeah. We've had those back then. Like, I remember people getting on like AOL and stuff, you know. Oh yeah. Catfish was a big one. I remember that. That was a crazy show. That show was wild. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's weird. That's the weird thing. Now I am used to like meeting online friends, right? But that's how I treat them, right? And maybe that's just because I'm a younger millennial. But how I look at it is, it was like back then when I was young, when PlayStation first came out. If I met an online friend, I kept it online. or if it was like another creator or a YouTuber or whatever, I kept it for the most part online unless we were working on something together. And then if it developed that far, then we become real friends. But like, I have my actual real friends in real life, like people that don't care about any of this stuff that I do. Like, we just have beers and hang out by the bonfire, or go eat, or go fishing, or something like normal, like real friends, people that you can hang out with. And it's not about career stuff, money, any of that. It's just like, these people genuinely know you as a person, and y'all hang out and go do stuff together. I feel like that's missing for a lot of people today. Yeah. Which is sad. It shouldn't be like that. And naturally, as you get older, closer to your 30s, more people are going to fall off because they're doing different things with their life. They might be working on a career. They might be hanging out with their family more. They might be, have a family now to take care of. That's natural. For me, I fell off from a lot of my friends just because I'm so focused on my career right now and what I'm trying to do. But a lot of people, I've had friends be, come at me in a different light because they felt like I was moving away from them or getting distant because I had a problem with them. But I was like, no, it's not that. It's just that I'm so busy, I don't have time to hang out all the time. Like, I can't go out drinking, and I can't go and talk to you. I don't have time to text all day. It's just, I don't. And that's another thing too. I feel like people don't respect each other's time in this day and age now too. I feel like people feel like they should have instant access to you because of the phone. Whereas I feel like the phone should not make you feel like you have instant access, to anyone. People are human beings, they should just, yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 That's the truth. Pardon. Yeah. That's kind of weird too, right? Like, all the people in the industry I know that use their phones for work, right? They have to upload content, whatever. Exactly. Yeah. And they separate it. Like, my friend, he puts his phone in a drawer when he gets home to his wife. Like, that phone it's only when I'm uploading. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. They're powerful though. They're like mini computers. You can do anything with them. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you got to be respectful of other people's schedule. It's like, let me, for instance, the person I just told you, my friend, is a business associate as well, but we were friends before that. But for instance, there's other people in our group that are strictly business associates. I can't just text them at any time because they set boundaries for me. So they're like, hey, you can text us around 9 to 5. Or 10 to 6. And me and my business associate, my friend, we know that. And we're like, okay, we just make sure we hit up this person at this time because we're considering their life. And we know they have kids or whatever. They got stuff they got going on. Get back to us when you have a chance, Or if you're sick, don't worry about it. We'll do it when you feel better, And I feel like that's another thing. People don't take into consideration of other people's lives. Like, what do they actually have going on in their life. You know, like it's not just about you, it's about what's going on collectively. So that's learning in business. I learned about that, you know, like considerate of other people's lives is how you get really far. So people are willing to work with you knowing that you're not badgering them or trying to, you know, so why didn't you do this? You know, it's crazy. It's crazy as hell. Like, nah. But people, you know, I've worked with people in business that I had one client I will never forget. He made me so upset. I was a video editor for him. He was paying me like $1,000 a week at that time to make videos for him, right? And I had to get them out every day, 7 days a week. And he calls me, and I told him at the time, my girlfriend, she broke her leg. So I had to take her to the doctor, so I'm not going to get a video out today. And he goes, you need to not have a girlfriend. You need to not do this. You need to... I was like, yo, wait a minute. Hold on, man. Like, you know... Right. Isn't that crazy that he even said that, though? Like, it was completely out of bounds, yeah. And he would just say sly stuff to me. Like, this is a business that has to be taken seriously. I'm like, dude, I just communicated with you ahead of time in a proper manner. Yeah. Now, I can understand if I did, but even then, even if I didn't notify him at a proper time, it's still unprofessional to say outlandish remarks like that. Now, if you want to say, you know, hey, I know that you said this is going on, but I really need this video. Is there any way you could try to get it? You know, there's a way to go about things. You know, morale in the workplace, or if you're working with other people, you can come to them in a certain way to where it's not like disrespectful, you know. So it's professional is very, it's key, and I pride myself on that. There's been moments in my journey where there's been tests that try to see if I'm going to go against what's professional and what's not. And you just got to keep your standards. You can't deviate. You can't deviate at all. It's interesting though. What happened with Mr. Beast and stuff, I love how he kept it professional. He has not responded. That was the smartest move I've ever seen. Like, yeah, don't say anything, because even if you respond, that they want you to. It's bait, honestly, for him. He knows not to respond. You just gotta know in situations when not to respond. Take care of the issues behind the scenes and don't say anything. Yeah. But it's all interesting. I look at like, if I was to look at other people like Kanye, he just didn't. He could have handled the Yeezy situation way better, you know. Instead of going off about Jews and stuff, he could have just like, you know, he could have really just said nothing. He could have just said, okay, I'll make sure the brand is better, da. And that's it. But he decided to lash her. Yeah. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for today's podcast. I enjoyed the conversation. Anything else you want to say? Okay, cool. See you guys later. Welcome to the Digital Brain Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, and peace.